Story 1. My beagle loves to chew on people's toenails. My late cat was obsessed with dairy products and potato chips. Story 2. Our cat loves dish soap, especially when it is foamy. I have to quarantine him in another room when I am hand-washing dishes because he sits by the sink and tries to eat the bubbles. We considered that he might have some imbalance causing this craving, so we had our veterinarian check it out. All tests returned fine, and he said it is just a peculiar quirk that will not harm him in small quantities. Story 3. Mine is obsessed with socks, specifically taking them off my feet after a long day at work. He removes them as gently as possible and then goes to his bed to sleep with them, cuddling instead of chewing or playing. Story 4. My cat is obsessed with the toilet. She gets upset if she misses the flush. She doesn't get in or drink from the toilet. She just watches the flush. Sometimes she stands and meows in the bathroom until I come in and flush so she can watch. Story 5. He loves the taste of his eye booger wipes and begs for them, but he won't eat any fruit or vegetables that are good for him. Story 6. When I moved, I found the collection of panties that my dog had accumulated over the past 4 years. Every single pair had the crotch chewed out. Also in his collection was a hockey mask. Story 7. My recently deceased cat was obsessed with French fries. We kept him well away from them, but it took much effort on our part. He would get very excited if he saw you eating them. Story 8. My dog is completely obsessed with golf balls. She is on the smaller side, so they barely fit in her mouth, but that doesn't stop her. She loves rolling them down the stairs or off the couch just to watch them bounce and hear the noise. It's like her own little game, and she is totally entertained by it. Story 9. My mom's cat loves lettuce. If she brings any out, he comes running and acts excited until he gets a piece. Story 10. The other day I had a small plastic shopping bag, and my cat decided it was his best friend. He likes to nibble on plastic bags and could carry it around. I took it away and placed it high where he couldn't reach it to throw it away later, but he learned to jump up to get at it. Then I put it in a drawer and disrupted his life for about 5 minutes before he forgot it existed. Story 11. I have a parrot, and I don't have time to tell you everything he is obsessed with. Here is a short list: cabinets, drawers, newspaper, forks, fingernails, armpits, feet, bottles, jars, tubes, cheese, mayonnaise. Sorry, I have to get back to work. Story 12. Zip ties. She carries them around, brings them to her food dish, and will drop one in your lap if she wants to play fetch. There are hundreds hidden all over the house because of her. Story 13. One cat loves the smell of bag balm. I keep a small can in my bathroom, and every time I use it, she comes running out of nowhere to smell it. I don't know why. Another cat is obsessed with tin foil, so I've started making tin foil balls and throwing them around the apartment for her to fetch. She also loves anything with string: hoodies, pants, shirts, dresses. If she sees a string, she grabs it in her mouth and drags it across the apartment. My older cat, Wally, is only obsessed with food at this point. Chicken is his favorite. Story 14. The bathroom sink is a place where she has clean water available in a bowl that she and our other 2 cats are comfortable drinking from. She doesn't seem to care about the kitchen sink, but if she sees someone entering the bathroom, she quickly runs in before the door closes and jumps on the sink. She then waits for the person to wash their hands and plays with the water, smacking and biting at it. If someone puts the stopper in the sink and lets it fill a little, the cat will pounce on the puddle. My biggest fear is that she will learn how to turn on the faucet and flood the bathroom while people are sleeping. Story 15. My Cocker Spaniel stares motionless into my laundry basket for a long time. You only have to tap it, and she screams and bites the rim. She also stares at small rocks outside, completely zoning out. I cannot snap her out of it unless I grab her. She's an adorable little weirdo. Story 16. I buy her all sorts of toys. Sometimes I crumple up a note and flick it off the palm of my hand. She will bat that around for hours and ignore her toys. Story 17. I cannot clean anything with bleach that my cat can get near. My cat could be in a coma and would wake up the moment I clean the toilet. Story 18. My dog will try to get into your pockets. He first sticks his nose in there to see if there are treats. If there is anything in your pocket, he pulls it out. If that doesn't satisfy him, the next step is chewing a hole in your pocket. He'll cut the fabric with his back teeth. He's mostly stopped that now, but it was a problem for a while. Story 19. Cheek kisses. She will stick her adorable snout right up against your lips so you give her a kiss. Also, when she gets a new bone, she wants to share it with you, which means she tries to stick a slobbery bone in my or my wife's mouth. Her dog brother and sister love it, so why don't we? Story 20. My dog, a miniature husky, possibly a border collie, Kai, named Ty, has 3 favorite toys. 1. Brooms. He can't get enough of brooms. He keeps stealing them and dragging them out through the dog door to hide outside. Those little rubber chair leg covers. They go on your chair legs so they don't scrape when you move them. He keeps taking them off our chairs and throwing them to himself. Cardboard. While getting new toys in his bark box is great, the absolute best part of his day is tearing the box to shreds. Story 21. Those caps you pull off creams have a finger pull on them. I don't rinse it off either, so it's a delicious cream treat at first. Story 22. My dog is definitely weirder than most when it comes to this subject. She eats used tissues and only used tissues. If they have not been used, she ignores them. I have asked several veterinarians about it because we travel a lot, but they just shrug their shoulders. The tissues come out perfectly shaped, so she eats them whole. Story 23. The plastic seal tab for dairy containers and hair elastics. The other one comes into the room whenever we pick up a specific keychain. Both are cats. Story 24. My cat loves vegetables and fruit. Whenever we return from the store and set the bags on the floor, she rubs against them. She also enjoys the smell of anything minty, like toothpaste and gum. She has even tried eating my toothpaste. Additionally, she loves those ramen seasoning packets. She's quite peculiar. Story 25. My parents' cat, Merlin, is very unique. He loves disposable makeup sponges and enjoys batting them around and playing fetch with Tootsie Rolls, though he doesn't eat them. There's a certain toy, a green and red caterpillar, that he literally growls at you if you try to take it away. Story 26. Her orange treat ball is something she rolls everywhere, even when it's empty. However, it doesn't compare to her obsession with me, as I am the one who fills the ball with treats. Story 27. My sister's cat Miso is obsessed with our ice maker. When he hears someone putting the scoop in, he comes running. Story 28. My beagle is obsessed with our golden retriever. Wherever the golden goes, he follows. Thus, he has rightfully been nicknamed the bodyguard. They are both males. Story 29. We have a round, soft, woven basket that my cat jumps into to tell me she wants a treat. It's just tall enough that when she's sitting up, all you see are her eyes and the top of her head. It's my favorite thing. She keeps all of her toys in it too. Story 30. I have a bearded dragon that loves watching Shark Tank. He will be hanging out, and as soon as I turn it on, even if he is in his cave, he comes out to get a nice view. If you sit in his way, he will move to a spot where he can see again. It's hilarious. He enjoys other shows as well, but Shark Tank really gets him excited. Story 31. My cat is obsessed with being in the shower while I am taking one. If I do not let her in, she sits outside the bathroom door and wails until I open it for her. Then she hops right in the shower. She is the weirdest cat ever. Story 32. One of my cats loves feet. The only time he willingly approaches people is to lie on their feet. If there isn't anyone around, he'll lie on people's shoes. Story 33. Dog. Ice cubes, eggs, carrying a carrot in her mouth, socks, biting my ponytail, utensils and bras. Cat. Baubles, phone charger wire, hairdryer, the dog's tail, and sleeping on my hair. Story 34. My cat loves watermelon. He watches whenever someone is eating it. He doesn't eat it. He licks the juice out of it. Story 35. My cat loves eating noodles. My child will give her some from their plate whenever we have pasta. She will eat any sauce or just plain noodles. Story 36. Cat loves brown paper from packages. She is not interested in paper bags. It has to be the long strips of paper. She sleeps on it and runs and slides on it. Story 37. Ice. Whenever we take some from the fridge, our pet wants an ice cube. She either chases it or carries it around in her mouth. She constantly brings it to us to throw it as well. She's the cutest. Story 38. My dog loves the large plastic bubbles used in packaging. She doesn't eat them, but she bites them until each one is popped and then leaves them behind. If we give her a string of them, she moves from bubble to bubble until each one is dead. It's quite cute. We don't give them to her unless we are right there to watch her. Story 39. One of my boys was obsessed with paddle pop sticks. My other boy is fascinated by tabs from tissue boxes. They all love cotton swabs. My girl was obsessed with plain vanilla ice cream from a premium gelato shop nearby. Story 40. My dog enjoys being rubbed with any object, and I do mean any. A remote? Yes. A cup? Of course. An unpeeled banana? Absolutely. I have even rubbed her back with a table lamp, and she seemed to want more. She is so goofy. Story 41. When we go grocery shopping and bring home plastic bags with potatoes or carrots, my cats love to roll over the bags. Story 42. My dear, loving tuxedo cat started to love cotton swabs. He discovered that he could pull used ones out of the trash. I'm not sure how he figured that out, considering he has no brain cells, but he managed it. Story 43. Dragging his back legs on the ground as if he is half paralyzed, which he is not. He just does this whenever he is on carpet. Story 44. My kittens need to watch you use the bathroom. They get upset if you don't let them. At least they don't try to touch it anymore. They also dislike when you shower without them. So does their uncle. I love my quirky cats. Story 45. My cat loved the crinkly paper strips from my panty liners. Every day, she would pull one out of the trash can, and I would find them in unexpected places later. One time, when I had to replace our stove, the delivery person found a big pile of them underneath it. She also went absolutely crazy when I brought the grocery bags in, acting like a drug detection dog looking for the celery. I miss her so much. Story 46. My cat has a habit of sneaking outside when no one is looking just so she can chew the grass growing in the cracks of the concrete. Her back paws don't even go outside. She has no desire to be an outdoor cat. She just wants that grass. Every time I bring her grass from outside, she pulls it out of the pot and makes a mess with the dirt. Story 47. My used bath towels. My cat will wrap himself up in them and just relax for hours, enjoying the scent. Story 48. The voice of Stephen Fry calms my dog when she gets upset in the car. We listen to the Harry Potter audiobooks and his podcasts every day. Story 49. My dog is obsessed with licking our feet or legs after drinking water. I jokingly say she has a foot fetish because she always does it. Story 50. My cat is obsessed with shoes and feet in general. If you take off your shoes and leave them somewhere, or if a guest comes over and takes off theirs, my cat will go over to them, put his head in them and sniff, and then sit on or try to fit himself in them. Story 51. My rooster, Sweet Becky, had a real thing for my right Under Armour shoe. The bird would mount up and go to town with enthusiasm. If I threw down a different black shoe, like New Balance or Nike, the bird would give me a death stare as if to say, I know what I want. If I tossed down the left Under Armour shoe, the bird would run up to it, give it some side eye with a few angry pecks, and then stare at me. Just toss down the other one and witness instantaneous thrusting. Ironically, the bird hated my black Western boots. Anytime I walked into the yard wearing them, Becky would charge at my feet, kicking and pecking at my boots. He also disliked the color blue. It was quite comical to watch him shred a soda can or, heaven forbid, if he caught sight of the garbage workers in their blue coveralls. More than once, he jumped the fence to sprint after them with a burst of energy, resulting in a very aggressive pecking of the poor man. Story 52. Scratch-off lottery tickets. I buy them occasionally, and my dog gets very excited when he sees them and tries to grab them from my hands. Story 53. Our beagle loves to watch people argue. If we are out for a walk and two people on the street are having a confrontation, she just sits down and watches them. I have to drag her away, especially if it is a lover's quarrel. Story 54. Pop-up tissues. The rectangular box where the tissues lie is easily overlooked. A square box with tissues coming out of the top. As soon as she saw it, she would pull out tissues until the box was empty, if she could. She has been gone for a number of years now, but I have only recently started buying those pop-up boxes again. Story 55. My cat simply adores bags. Whether paper or plastic, she always sits on them, regardless of the occasion. Story 56. Our bearded dragon loves being read aloud to. When I sit on the couch holding him while I read, he gets so relaxed and mellows out. It's part of our bedtime routine. One of our cats often sticks his tongue out. We have multiple pictures of him, both wide awake and asleep, with his tongue out like a teenager in a photo from 2008. Our other cat loves opening doors. Any closed door in our apartment is going to be opened once he notices it. We have to constantly keep our balcony door locked. Otherwise, he will break loose. When we pet sit my parents' 14-year-old blind dog, she gets very excited for pup cups from a little ice cream parlor in our neighborhood. Just saying the name of the ice cream parlor makes her perk up. Story 57. My cat is completely certain that the best place in the world to be is curled up on my chest. She sits on my left side and then lies over my right side, curling her head into my neck. Alternatively, she sits on my right side and perches on my left side, as if she's about to jump off but stays in that position for a long time. Once settled, she purrs and kneads. We've discussed the kneading issue, and it's an immediate request to move away. Story 58. My turtle thinks napkins and paper towels are the most luxurious feast to ever exist. Meanwhile, his diet consists of higher quality food than I eat. I have to be vigilant about making sure no tiny bits end up on the floor or that I don't make the mistake of leaving a napkin near him. I've pried many paper products from that boy's mouth. He also loves hanging out in my shoes, sitting on my feet, and digging in my socks. So much so that I've given him a small pile of my old, worn-out socks to play with. There's something about my feet that animals seem to love. I don't produce any foot odor perceptible to people, even after hours-long hikes, and my feet can be quite sweaty. But I've nearly had to leave pairs of shoes at friends' houses because their dogs or cats wouldn't let me have my shoes back. Story 59. Our old cat had an obsession with trying to set himself on fire. On a cozy winter night, relaxing in front of the fireplace? Not quite. With 2 fire guards, you still have to jump up every few seconds to drag him away from the flames. He would sit so close that he started to smoke, and once, he even caught a whisker on fire because his head was too close, staring into the fire. Story 60. Lying on top of me, my 14-pound formerly feral tomcat Gus is obsessed with being on me. It doesn't matter how hot it is, he needs to be on me. If I'm sitting in bed, he's in my lap. If I'm lying on my side, he's on me. If I'm on my back, he's still on me. Plus, he kneads with giant claws. I love that chaotic little cat. Story 61. My sister's cat would eat elastic bands and had an uncanny ability to find them, too. We started paying neighborhood kids 10 pence per band to stop the furry troublemaker. Story 62. My deaf dog will stop at nothing to lick the tears from my eyes and the blood off my scabs. He is truly a unique animal. When I ran out of cheese while giving him medicine, I switched to salami. I swear he almost attacked me and my other dog, which is really out of character for him. Story 63. My dog loved library books but did not care about the ones I owned. However, she adored the books from the library, sniffing them while wiggling with joy. She would occasionally steal one and carry it off to snuggle with on her bed. She never left a mark on them and just couldn't get enough of my library books. Story 64. I wouldn't say he is obsessed. It's just something he does. My brother's cat drinks water with his paw. He dips it in and then licks it clean. Story 65. My cat has 2 obsessions. 1. He loves to play with hair ties. He suckles on his own nipples like a pacifier. Story 66. One of our dogs has an old, mostly destroyed squeaky toy in the shape of a pig from a discount store. It stays outside all the time now because it's dirty, but he is obsessed with it. He found it buried deep in the snow all winter and gets very aggressive if his siblings go near it. He has several other toys like this one but doesn't care. It's just a flimsy piece of plastic with no squeaker or even a good spot to chew on. I can't throw it out because he would probably search for it every day for the next 6 months. Story 67. Drinking straws. They would take them right out of the cup sitting on my table without ever spilling the drink. Story 68. He is obsessed with physically touching me or being within 2 feet of me at all times. At my desk, he is on my feet. Walking through the house, he ducks his head under my hand so we are touching. If I go to the bathroom, he is right outside the door or standing next to the tub. He is my best friend. Story 69. My cat used to carry around a dangly feather toy and scream as she walked around the apartment. We used to say it was her baby. She didn't want to play with it. Just carrying it around and screaming was enough. It was just that one toy. She'd play happily with the others. Story 70. Hurricane? Throw the frisbee. Blizzard? Throw the frisbee. I'm bleeding to death? One last time, throw the frisbee. Nuclear war? Throw the frisbee. She's exhausted and going to run herself to death? Throw the frisbee so she dies happy. Story 71. I'm not sure how unusual it is, but my dog likes to help me put things in the dryer and take them out. I make sure it's only his items like his plush toys, bed, and rags. My cat enjoys fetching rolled-up plastic bags, just like a dog. Story 72. My Cornish Rex loves cheese dip and turkey cold cuts to the point that we can't bring either into our home. She will climb the furniture and walls to get to it. She is small but mighty, and there is no keeping her away from those foods. Story 73. My cat doesn't eat any human food. I can leave my full plate of food right beside her and leave the room, and she doesn't even smell it. The only exception is dates. She fights me for them if I try to eat them nearby. If she gets one, she won't actually eat it. She just licks it. Story 74. Our cat is obsessed with hair ties. She has a collection and will drop one at our feet so we can throw it for her. If we do not respond quickly enough, she will get another one and drop that at our feet. Story 75. My dog enjoys tearing up paper and cardboard. She bites off small pieces, drops them, and continues until everything is turned into confetti. Story 76. The laundry basket, worn socks, gym clothes, anything with a smell. She loves it. She used to rub my used kickboxing hand wraps all over herself for hours. Story 77. My Rottweiler is obsessed with ice cubes. Shake a treat bag? She doesn't bat an eye. Jostle the bucket of ice? She rushes into the kitchen for her daily offering. Story 78. I'm opening every door and drawer in the house and climbing into any space the moment I open them. This behavior follows a traumatic incident where she was stuck in my closet for 2 days due to a negligent cat sitter. Now, I have to lock her out of my room when I put clothes away. The same cat is also very obsessed with marijuana. Story 79. My cockatoo likes to groom my eyelashes and eyebrows, as well as explore my nostrils. Story 80. Slippers. He will take them lovingly or out of spite. He is a small Yorkshire Terrier, and it's amusing to see him drag my dad's or brother's big slippers. Story 81. Chewing plastic and attacking the strings of sweatshirts and pants. You have to keep everything tucked in, or he will attack the string with his claws out. Story 82. My dog licks everything. The couch, the carpet, my pillow, and her bed. She licks my feet, arms, legs, and even my hair. We should have named her Stop Licking because that's all you hear in this house all day. I even took her to the veterinarian and asked what was wrong with my dog. She said, "She's just a licker." Story 83. Bread. One of the cats loves bread. Everything has to be in tooth and claw-proof containers, or she will tear into the bread bags and eat the bread. Cats do not need grains. What is wrong with this feline? Story 84. My dog loves plastic. His favorite toy is a plastic mop bucket. He takes bottles out of the recycling bin and chews on glasses, boxes, and literally anything plastic. He's so silly, I love him more than life itself. Story 85. My cat loves and hates my new MacBook Pro. He didn't pay any attention to the old one that I traded in, but he is constantly trying to mess with the new one, especially when I am using it. Story 86. My late kitty loved playing fetch with raw baby carrots and rubber bands or hair ties, supervised of course. Story 87. She loves gas stations, car lots, bridges over waterways, dams, lift locks, wheelchair ramps, and stairs to balconies. She enjoys entering buildings and visiting indoor facilities where she may not belong. She watches construction sites as if it is her job and considers them her flock. I think she may have been an inspector in a past life. I don't actually believe in that, but I have never owned a dog that cares so much about what people are doing all the time. She can become immovable, yet she will run from any man holding something and barks if they pay too much attention to her. I don't know why. Story 88. My cat loves his doll. He drags it around everywhere. I had to replace it once, so we threw out the old one, and he just roamed the house looking for her. He is very vocal when playing with it, so if we hear him meowing more than usual, we know what he is up to. Story 89. My rabbit used to stay behind the refrigerator all the time. There is nothing there, and we live in a hot country. He has his own room, but still freely roams around the house. He still prefers the back of the refrigerator. Story 90. One of our dogs loved eating bugs. He would wait around the porch lights in the late afternoon for the winged termites to swarm, and then he would gobble up as many as he could. Story 91. The cheese powder from Cheetos. She doesn't care about any other chips, but the moment I open a bag, she comes running, and I have to give her some to lick, or she gets mean. I rarely have them anymore because of this. Story 92. My senior Chihuahua mix is obsessed with dirty tissues. He will hunt them out and shred or eat them. My nearly 2-year-old Shiba Inu is obsessed with watching and helping me in the garden. She will stop whatever she is doing to assist me with our plants or weeding the garden. My 9-year-old Appaloosa Cross is fascinated by anyone doing farm repairs. She will leave the herd and stand just inches away from whatever you are doing. Hammers, screwdrivers, drills, always nearby. Story 93. My dog was obsessed with empty plastic water bottles he found in parks. However, they had to have the cap on. Otherwise, he wasn't interested. He liked to bite them and make the cap pop. Story 94. My cat loves watching whenever someone is cooking in the kitchen, especially my mom. He is always there when she is making something. Story 95. Cough drop. She likes to pick them up and carry them. She doesn't eat them. She just carries them around. Story 96. My dog loves bell peppers and carrots. She shares with me when I have vegetables and hummus, but no hummus for her. Story 97. Any light source that reflects off the walls during the day. He loves chasing the light from my headlamp. Story 98. My dog likes to rub her head on things. One time, she rubbed her head on the pages of a book I was reading. Story 99. My female cat loves hairpins, which is why I have to keep buying them. My male cat enjoys watching Criminal Minds. As soon as he hears the theme tune, he runs up to join me. Story 100. My beagle suffers from coprophagia, and she is relentless about it. The only way to stop her is to follow behind and pick it up immediately. She's noticed that, so she will go far down the hill into the thick brush where I can't reach it, only to make a beeline for it the next time she goes out. Story 101. My dog loves playing fetch with the most random items. Rocks are among his favorites. He wants to play all the time. I feel like I only exist to play fetch with him at this point. If I don't play, he barks until he gets what he wants. Story 102. My cat loves Pringles. Whenever we get a can, we cannot eat them with her in the room because she jumps up and tries to eat them out of our hands. We cannot leave a half-empty can on the table unattended because she will pop it open and stick her head in. We have no idea why she behaves this way. It is the only human food she goes crazy over. Story 103. I got my cat various toys on sticks, but instead of playing with the toy part, she always wants to play with the stick part. She goes absolutely wild if I swing a plastic stick above her head. Story 104. I am bald. One of my dogs will lick my head for as long as I allow him. No one else in my family does this. Story 105. I had a Cocker Spaniel who was a sweetheart but a little obsessive-compulsive. She would creep slowly to the corner of the kitchen and touch her nose, which would give her a shock. She kept doing it repeatedly. Story 106. I had a Cocker Spaniel who was a sweetheart but a little obsessive-compulsive. She would creep slowly to the corner of the kitchen and touch her nose, which would give her a shock. She kept doing it repeatedly. Story 107. One is obsessed with licking bags, while the other is fascinated by the sound of water and climbing on top of our bedroom doors. Story 108. Water. They even enjoy getting wet. The cursor on my computer makes them make chittering noises like a cat does to a bird it wants to catch. I can't let them on my desk anymore, but they will obsessively jump back up anyway and hit my screen repeatedly. I keep telling them that they're never going to catch it, but they don't listen. Story 109. I have one rabbit that likes to lick feet. Beware if you are wearing socks. She will try to nibble them off. The other one just wants to sit behind the toilet and will tear down the bathroom door to get what he wants. Story 110. My cat loves lint roller paper. She likes to pierce it with her teeth. She also enjoys tape and the ink on labels from packages. Story 111. He likes to sniff shoes. When I get home from anywhere or someone comes to visit, he rushes to bury his face in their shoes. Cats are peculiar. Story 112. I remembered another one. My dog's favorite toy is whatever dish rag I am currently using to wipe up a spill. He is crazy about them. His favorite game is also Chase Me, so it's a 2-in-1 win for him. Story 113. We have a male Chiweenie, about 1.5 years old, that we recently took in. He was abandoned outside my daughter's house. He is an adorable, goofy, lovable little fellow and smart as a whip. He loves his stuffed toys, but one day he discovered a stuffed toy shark that is bigger than he is and belonged to my wife. It is soft and plush, and he has developed a habit where every night when we go to bed, he latches onto the shark, climbs on top or alongside it, and nurses on it until he falls asleep. I'm guessing that whoever abandoned him also took him from his mother before he was properly weaned. That is the only thing that makes sense, as he is too young to be trying to mount it. Besides, he does not try to hump it, he just suckles on it. However, he only does this with the big stuffed shark. He has already killed one doing that, and we had to get him another, which he is slowly tearing up as well. Story 114. He likes to hold toys with his foot like this. Story 115. My bulldog loves exercise balls. She goes to them right when she wakes up and sniffs them out when we hide them from her. Story 116. My dog loves lettuce. To be clear, she is very food motivated, even for a dog. There is very little that is remotely edible that she will not eat. However, she saves extra enthusiasm for leafy greens. Story 117. His carrier. You'd think that since he goes to the veterinarian in it, he would dislike it, but my cat absolutely loves it for some reason. Story 118. I recently discovered that my 9-year-old pit mix loves balloons. He enjoys chasing them around the room and especially popping them. Story 119. The sweet and naive one vibrates with pure excitement until she causes a minor earthquake. The brilliant but temperamental one has motives that are uncertain, and if I stand in his way, I can expect severe punishment through his fangs. That harmless comment about my cats was so objectionable that it received negative feedback. I completely understand. Congratulations to whoever did it. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.